This has been quite a workout. This is the spot that I call the creek side. This is the staging area where they come out into a field. I'm going to spin this around. Now this is the first year in 3 years that they actually planted corn out there. So this year, I really think they're going to be using this spot. It's a low creek bottom running right beside an inside corner of a field. And then let me spin this around and I'll put this right in there. That's a staging area. All right in through here. They stage here before they go out into the field. You can already see the tops of corn out there. But my mock is right over here. But as you can see, this is nothing but deer 30. And in this area, all I see is buck. I've only got 5 pictures total with a doe. All my other pictures and everything else are all a buck. Now right back in there starts a line of pines, and they run that line and then get into that creek bottom, and you can see it's pretty thick. It's going to be up close. If I hunt this one here, this will be up close. By the time they come out, they'll be right on top of me. I'm going to get this one laid, and then I'm going to get out of here because you can hear a lot of stuff moving. I can't see anything really, but it's been pretty noisy out here. Just when you get down into these places, you know, I got this creek crossing right here. I got a line of trees back there, a perfect line where you go in from hardwood into the pine. Those lines, deer follow those lines. I hunt lines religiously, whether it's pine tree lines, it could be an area that you just polluted with a lot of drainages, or it could just be like right up here on this side, back behind me. That's a ridge. I got a creek right here in front of me. And then if you go up over and down over about 250 yards that way, there's another creek. So this ridge is actually being paralleled by 2 different creeks. They run the crap out of that, especially after I started doing those mocks up there on that side that I call the slide, because it just kind of slides right down into that creek bottom. And since I started putting mocks, they just run up and down through there. But I'm going to get in here, get this guard swapped out. I did go ahead and use them while I was out here. We got a lot of rain, and it kind of diluted them a little bit. I mean, they're still rank. I just took all the wetness that I had in those pots and poured it on the ground, and then I rejuiced it with exactly the same I had in there. I keep these all the same until they go hard. Once they shed that velvet, then I'll switch over and go just the hard stuff. But I'm going to get this one done and get out of here. I usually have one that comes through in the afternoon, and I really don't want to bump into them. So I think I'm gonna get this one here done, and then I'm gonna run out the back way. I hate going through that field. It's gonna be mucky, but I really don't want to run into that buck yet. I don't want to run into him until I got the elite with me. Then he's not the biggest one I've seen by far. He's nowhere near, but he is a nice buck. I'll just have to wait and see how the hunt folds out. When you're on the ground, you go with your gut. He comes out and presents me with a shot. I'm not sure I'm not gonna send them a meat missile. Y'all be safe out there. I've been taking plenty of breaks. I got plenty of fluid. It's a little rough right yet, but I did it. You gotta make this stuff happen, man. If not, I mean, thank God I had my steam pots and they stayed fresh, and I still got activity. But now that I get these cards, now I'll see if I caught any of those bigger buck. If not, then I will think about, excuse me, then I will think about possibly moving cameras and moving sets to other areas. Right now I'm running a grid pattern. I'm just trying to cover a large expanse of area and see where I get the most promising pictures. Hunt them lines. When you find those lines, them hard tree lines, brush lines, holly thickets, mountain laurel, any of that kind of stuff, hunt those lines. Them deer use those lines religiously. And like I say, I run interior mocks because this is what I hunt, man. This is it right here. I hunt woods. I don't hunt fields. The probability for a field is just too much. You know, this field right here is probably 50 acres of corn. I mean, even after they cut it, you can't put a tree up on 50 acres and be able to make a shot with a bow. But I can put mocks up in any one of these spots that I found that it seemed to be pretty hot and promising. And I can stage either a ground assault with all this blowdown that's out here, and there's even more since the storms, or I can put a tree stand up. I have a couple trees picked out just in case, but for right now, man, last year being on the ground was just intense, and I live for that heart pounding stuff. I'm not saying I can't get it from up in the tree, but man, you can really get it when you're one-on-one, eyeball to eyeball. Y'all be good. Leave them dripping. Preacher loves you.